This happened 5 years ago, when I was about 15 and not very smart. I was still in school, and back to then I lived in a small apartment complex with about 4 or 5 apartments in 2 stories, with my mother, brother, and sister. That day, I wanted to go somewhere, and my mum didn't let me. So later that day at about 8 p.m, my mother and brother took my sister to the hospital, as she was feeling a little bit unwell. Me being the rebellious teenager I was, I got dressed and went out. It's appropriate to mention that my apartment was right by a branch off the main street, so the only thing separating the building was a fence. Inside the fence, there were some parked cars and big trees. So I walk out of the house and walk a little further ahead to a taxi stop, and I did. The minute I saw the driver, I was creeped out immediately. He was so creepy and had an unsettling vibe to him. We negotiated on the price, and I tried to bid higher so he could refuse me and leave. When he persisted, I told him I changed my mind and wasn't going. I headed back to my apartment building, and I was surprised when I looked back and he started to follow me. I was scared and began running and hid behind the cars and trees. He literally went behind my tail and into the fenced land and apparently couldn't see me. I could see his feet from under the car and was about to burst into tears when he left and drove off. I didn't go back to my apartment, but I went to my neighbors and had their son accompany me into my house. That night, I cried and was shaking with fear all night long. Looking back now, I realized so many things that could have gone wrong. Him knowing where I lived and going out late at night in a not so safe area, and me being a small 5'2" teenager. That was really dumb on my behalf, but I'm glad that we moved shortly after.